Hi there, this is Dan again from Clean Guru, and I hope you're having a good week this week. Today's message: what I hate about national cleaning management companies, or you may have heard them called national maintenance management companies. Let's call them national outfits for short, just for today. Well, what are these national outfits? Well, these are companies, as the name implies, that go after national accounts. So, for example, let's say there was a men's or women's clothing store, and there's locations all across the country. Well, these national outfits, they contact purchasing agents or the decision maker, and they say, listen, don't hire actual companies locally there and have your own separate contracts. We'll save you a bunch of money. Just let us take care of the whole thing. What do they mean, by the way, by taking care of it from there, the whole thing? Oh, by taking care of it, they mean subbing it out. So they're going to arrange subcontracts all across the country with all these cleaning companies. Well, what do I hate about these national outfits? Well, it's the end result of what they do. You know, I can understand why some purchasing agent bites on this because they think I want to save some money. But here's the ramifications. Here's the consequences of dealing, in my opinion, with these national outfits. By the time it gets down to the person who's really doing the work, there's very little money, very few hours available to do the cleaning, and very little or any profit. At least that was what Tony and I experienced. Every time we ever got a call from one of these national outfits, we always turned them down because there was never enough money. Well, what do I still hate about this operation? I still get calls, and you may have experienced this too, where one of these national outfits call. And I got a call just the other day, and it was a very nice gentleman. A nice guy calls and said, listen, Dan, I know my bid. I probably should be bidding, let's say, $1,200 to strip and wax this floor. But I got a call from one of these national outfits, and apparently they landed the job, and they're able to pay me $850 to do it. Should I do it? Well, I said, you know, first of all, how did we get into this pickle? Maybe the price should have been $1,200. But the national outfit, of course, they priced them all not at $1,200 each. Maybe they priced each one at $1,000. Now it's already $200 down. Now, do they pay the subcontractor $1,000? No, they're willing to pay the subcontractor, let's just say as an example, $850. So now we've moved all the way from $1,200 to $850. Now, what I hate about these national outfits, of course, they're the middleman, so they're going to, by gosh, make their money, right? That's right. But what about the poor guy at the bottom, or gal at the bottom? Oh yeah, they're desperate to get new work, and maybe they're having a hard time getting new projects because they're not lowballing them. And then one of these national outfits call and say, hey, would you like to do this? And if they say no, they say fine and hang up, and they find some other desperate guy or gal who's willing to do the cleaning job. And then they struggle to get the job done right. And I'm here to say that I think that you should be proud of the way you're doing it, because I hate the way that that operation works that way. When you are building your own independent cleaning business in a given town, and you're doing the cleaning or you're hiring employees, you're not just subbing it out all the time, you're building a company. That's the way Tony and I did it. You know, you're cleaning, you're hiring employees, you're training them, you're paying them fair, you're treating them fairly, you're motivating them, you're talking with them. It becomes more than just a business, actually it becomes a family as you're doing this and building a company like that. And you should be proud of that. It takes character to build your own cleaning business in your town or in your area or your city. And I don't think there's much to be said for these national outfits that just say, I'll throw you a cheap price and then I'll sub it out. What are they at risk? What are they at risk if the whole thing falls apart? Oh, they just released all the subcontracted contracts, the subcontracting contracts, right? What if you have a problem? Well, you're talking about actual employees that you've hired on. You're having to deal with actual employees. They're releasing subcontracted agreements. I think you should be very proud of what you're doing. But it's not just enough to be proud, let's say. What can we do to beat those guys? And I do believe, that's the other part of this I want to tell you. I think there is a great opportunity and a great amount of hope here. Because here's the thing. When a lot of these companies that have switched to national outfits, when they begin to see through that smoke screen of low price and they begin to feel the pain of poor quality, I think there could be a flood of new business coming to cleaning businesses like yours in cities where you're taking the time to build a good company based on value. And that's the thing. We don't want to just offer the lowest price. We want to have good value that we offer our customers. And when those customers come around to understanding that and getting sick of that pitch that they've been given, I think there could be a flood of new business for us to have and for you to have in your company. So we want to teach how to do that, right? How to create value and to get that into our marketing and promote that. So it sounds like bad news, and that is what I hate about those outfits. But for you and I first of all want to tell you that you should be proud of yourself, because it takes character to build a company. And secondly, that there is a lot of hope to be had here, because there could be a flood of new business for you as that changes around and some of that business starts to come to you. Does that make sense? All right, I'll get off my soapbox for today. I hope you have a great week, what's left of it, and until next time, remember that you can do this. You really can.